Okay, so I figured that for Wellness Wednesday, since I just got back from working out, I can just go ahead and jump on now. And wellness encompasses so much because we are a spirit living in a body. And so a lot of times we think about wellness, we're talking about exercise, sleep, those things which are more physical in nature, but it includes mental wellness and emotional wellness. And kind of the difference between wellness and health is that wellness is you're making an intentional goal to go towards better health. So you can be in poor health, but you're not in poor wellness, because wellness means moving towards better health. And there are so many different things that we could talk about, but what came to mind this morning was about caregivers. I would be on these wisdom walks as I think about them now. And it just meant that my mom and either her neighbor or, a really good friend would go walking. And some of it was for, the physical and keeping in shape and everything, but they would talk a lot. And I would just be a couple of steps behind and listening, and just gaining all this wisdom. And, they're talking about motherhood. They're talking about being wives. And one of the things that I remember is that they would often say that, they knew of women who cared for their husbands and then ended up passing first, just not, just so focused on caring for everybody else that they didn't care for themselves. And I remember a neighbor coming across the street and tell me, your dad is doing such a good job taking care of your mom. And, you really have to look after him, because they say that, sometimes with the caregivers that they get in trouble with their health. I said, I know, because up until 5 years ago, my mom was a caregiver. And she's like, oh. And so even when my parents were in the long-term community, I was a part of the family council. So they have a residence council, family council. And I did a presentation on caring for the caregiver. And caregivers are not just, everywhere. They're everywhere now. Whether it's caring for children, but more so just with the various illnesses that have picked up, then you have more individuals having to care, sometimes for multiple individuals. And it's very important as a caregiver that you take care of yourself as well. It's not a selfish thing. You can't give what you don't have. And so it's very important for caregivers to take care of themselves. And it could be getting plenty of rest. It could be taking a break. I remember talking to a woman who was just really, really tired when, or she was talking about her sister being really tired when, in terms of taking care of her mom. But whenever this individual went to visit the sister mom, the sister wouldn't let her do anything. Oh no, this is how we do this and this is how we do that. I'm like, when my siblings came into town, they could do whatever they wanted to do. And I would step back because I knew that once they left, I'd be right back in it. But I would still be over there because I like my siblings and I like hanging out with them, and we'd have a chance to visit and to talk. But if you're a caregiver, think about those things which energize you. And sometimes it's not always a very long thing, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And if you know a caregiver, watch out for them.